Uh, my topic is about the types of data warehousing models, which comes to the data warehousing and data mining. Let us discuss a few of the topics. For example, from the data warehouse model architecture point of view, we have the three data warehouse models. First one is enterprise warehouse, the data mart, and the virtual warehouse. First one, enterprise warehouse. First, what is an enterprise warehouse? Enterprise warehouse collects all of the information about subjects spanning the entire organization. It provides corporate-wide data integration, usually from one or more operational systems or external information providers. It is cross-functional in scope, so it is typically contains detailed data as well as summarized data. Can range in size from a few gigabytes to hundreds of gigabytes, terabytes, or beyond. So, and data mart. A data mart contains a subset of a corporate-wide data that is of to value to a specific group of a users. This scope is confined uh, to a specific selected subjects. For example, marketing data mart may have confined its subjects to customers item and sales. And also, basically, uh, data mart has a more contents of it's used in corporate wide data that is used for a specific group of users, not widely used. So also, scope is confined to specific selected subjects. For example, a marketing data might have a contain its subjects to customers items. And also, enterprise warehouse it collects all the information about the subjects spanning the entire organization, but it provides corporate wide area data integration usually from one or more operation systems or external information providers, and is cross-functional in scope. It typically contain detailed data as well as summarized data, so that it can range from a few gigabytes to the hundreds of gigabytes and terabytes or beyond. Types of data marts. Dependent data marts. The architecture principles evolved in the concept of data marts, which are smaller subsets of the enterprise warehouse specifically designed to respond to departmental or line of business issues. In this strategy, the data is loaded from the OS operational systems into the enterprise warehouse and then is subdivided into smaller data marts. These marts rely on the central warehouse for the data and metadata rather than opening this from OS operational systems. While these data marts can solve some of the performance issues, can even some of these political issues, the financial problems, strategic issues were, if anything, extracted because it is enterprise warehouse, but built before the data marts can be implemented. So, basically, in dependent data marts, they are morely evolved in the concept of smaller subsets of enterprise warehouse specifically designed to respond to some of the departmental or line of business issues. In this strategy, data is loaded from operational systems into an enterprise warehouse and then subdivided into smaller data marts. This relies more on central warehouse for the data and metadata rather than obtaining this from the operation systems. Types of data warehouse models. First of all, we can discuss previously discussed enterprise warehouse, data mart, and virtual warehouse. So independent data marts here, independent data marts might have been viewed as a viable alternative to the top-down approach of an enterprise warehouse. So an organization can start small and move quickly, often realizing limited results into 3 to 6 months. Proponents of this approach argue that after starting with a small data mart, so other marts can proliferate in departments or lines of business that have we need. So virtual warehouse means here the virtual warehouse is a set of use over operational databases for efficiently querying processing. Only some of the possible summary views may be materialized in a virtual warehouse is easy to build but requires excess capacity in operational database servers. So that independent data marts might have used as a viable alternative to the top-down approach of enterprise warehouse. So here we can see the diagram of multi-tier data warehouse. We can see the distributed data marts again going through multi-layer data warehouse. Again, multi-data comes under enterprise data warehouse. See here the final step here, the defining a high-level cooperating data model. So the steps which comes under first of all data mart to distributed data marts. Again, distributed data marts to multi-data data warehouse. Again, data mart to distributed data marts. Here model refinement which comes under data mart and data model. So model refinement is comes in a 3 steps: data model, enterprise data model, and distributed data marts, which having the step model refinement. Through this, we having a defining a high level corporate data model. As we can see, multi-data data model having the two steps, which through distributed data marts and enterprise data warehouse. So finally, going through defining a high level corporate data model. Now, what are the characteristics of the data warehouse? Here, the data warehouse concepts having the following characteristics: subject-oriented, integrated, time-variant, and non-volatile. First of all, what is the subject-oriented? Data warehouse is a subject-oriented as it offers information regarding a theme instead of company's ongoing operations. These subjects can be sales, marketing, distributions, etc. A data warehouse never focuses on the ongoing operations. Instead, it put emphasis on a modeling and analysis of data. For decision making, it also uh, provide a simple and conscious view around the specific subject by excluding data which not helpful to the support the decision process. As we can see that more of the time variant and non-volatile are the important characteristics which comes subject oriented is important topic. So majorly the data warehouse may never focus on the ongoing operations. Instead, it put emphasis on the modeling and analysis of the data. So for decision making, so it also provides a simple and conscious view around the specific subject by the excluding data which not help to support the decision process. And also data warehouse is a subject oriented as it offers information regarding the theme instead of companies. So ongoing operations. The subject can be sales, marketing, and distribution, etc. Here we can previously discussed uh, basically data warehouse having the data mart, virtual warehouse, and enterprise data warehouses. So here the data mart having the data dependent and independent data marts. Here the dependent data mart, the architectural principle evolved in the concept dependent data marts, which are smaller subsets of enterprise warehouses specifically designed to respond to a departmental or line of business issues. In this strategy, data is loaded from the operational systems into the enterprise warehouse and then subdivided into smaller data marts. These marts rely on the central warehouse for the data and metadata rather than obtaining this from the operational systems. While these data marts can solve some of the performance issues, even some of the political issues. Now we can see here data warehouse and the characteristics in subject oriented. Here the data warehouse never focus on ongoing operations. Instead, it put emphasis on a data modeling analysis of data for decision making. So that it puts simple and conscious view around the specific subject by excluding data is not helpful to support decision process. Thank you.